First of all, amazing job on this movie. I'm a big Fast and Furious fan. I love it. I love this franchise. But this franchise is nearly 20 years old. How were you introduced to it?
I actually saw it at a friend's house. I feel like I was probably about 11 or 12 and I was at a friend's house and we were like, let's watch Fast and Furious. And I was like, okay. And it literally just like blew my mind, really, because I was like 12 and watching these kind of really cool actors like in this really cool subculture that I had no idea about. I just thought it was really epic. And yeah.
Now, you've been a part of this franchise for a while now, and I feel like the scale just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Can you talk to me about how F9 compares in scale to the other Fast and the Furious films?
I think that Fast 9 compared to the others has just somehow jumped to a whole other level. Like the amount of action, the size of the action has just somehow, I mean, these movies have like an elite level of action, but this one seems to have grown in a way that I could not have foreseen. And it's pretty huge. Yeah.
You get behind the wheel this time around, finally. Can you talk to me about that? Because there's some great moments with you behind the wheel. Can you talk to me about that? And like you had said too, the scale of the action just keeps getting bigger. So can you also talk to me about the stunt preparation that goes into a film like this?
Well, in terms of like the driving, we have a really experienced stunt team and stunt performers. In terms of like what preparation goes into that, I have no idea. You'd be better off asking those guys. But for my involvement in, like you said, the driving sequence, the driving sort of done in the location, and then I'm in a stationary truck in a soundstage, doing the kind of close-ups, because that's the safest way to do it. Because also I don't drive, so the idea of filming me while I was driving a big industrial vehicle seems like not a very safe idea. So, right. But yeah, so that's kind of how those things are done. But in terms of my personal preparation for that, I really didn't do any because. Right. I don't drive. I don't know how to drive particularly. So it came quite organically to me to be clumsy at driving.
Well, that's amazing. Now, Ramsey's back this time around, and I love your character. So what did you want to bring to your character this time around that wasn't necessarily on the page?
Oh, I think I think the situation, the plot kind of leads Ramsey to have to really show leadership. Like right. The situation really expects it from her, and I definitely feel like in this movie she had to kind of take control in a way that we hadn't seen her before to do. Like, because usually it's like obviously the team effort and everyone's like doing their thing, but there was a lot of Ramsey having to really guide everybody and be confident at it. And I think that while it's like I said, the situation lens is on the page, like what she has to say and what she has to do, but I really wanted to make sure that she had a confidence and a like a purpose. Absolutely. And then when we see her driving and she's completely out of her comfort zone, that kind of like juxtaposition of like not being confident, not being fully equipped to do what she needs to do. I just liked that kind of contrast, really.
Now, one theme that's usually found in the Fast movies is the theme of family. Why do you think that the found family element in the Fast films is so important to the fans?
Well, we're very blessed in life to have a really supportive family that is like who I grew up with, my family, and then also my chosen family. And they are both so incredibly important to me and to my well-being, and like just I don't know how I would do anything without them. Right. And I think it really, not everybody is blessed to have like an immediately safe or supportive family environment that they grew up in. And so this idea of like being able to choose your family, like you can find family and community, like is a really big deal for a lot of people. And I think that connects to people, like that really helps people relate, because you know we look for community in all kinds of places, and it's possible to find your tribe, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, your character came into this franchise with ties to Cypher. In your opinion, do you think that we can explore that storyline there somewhere deeper? Maybe F10?
Oh, I would love that. I mean, I kind of feel like Cypher is, as much as she's, you know, using her abilities in a bad way, in a sort of negative way, there's a part of me that feels like Cypher's kind of Ramsey's idol a little bit. She's like, like for years, like she knew who Cypher was, but then didn't know the identity of Cypher. And then now that she's found out who it is, like there's a part of her that's going to be really impressed with that. And it's like, oh, you're doing bad things, but you're kind of iconic. And I'm conflicted by these emotions.
I want to see that story play out. I hope that we get that.
Yeah, me too. That would be epic. I mean, so, Charlize is, I mean,
I know.
Amazing.
Now, can you describe working with Justin Lin this time around? And did he give you any insight into where Ramsey was going in F9?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was like, we want Ramsey to be doing more action and, you know, that kind of thing. So he, like kind of fed me that before I really kind of got the real kind of script draft, like shooting draft. So that was really cool. But he was just open, really. When I met him, he was just like, I want to know your thoughts about Ramsey. Like, what do you think that she's thinking, and who is she? And so it was the first time we'd worked together. So a lot of our kind of prep was him getting to know me and know Ramsey through me as well. And so it was amazing. Like, he's a very supportive director. He wants you to play and have fun and throw ideas, and he was, you know, very receptive to all of that. And it was really great working with him. And he's like Justin Lin of the Fast and Furious franchise, and I hadn't worked with him yet, so I was really excited. I felt like, you know, I've been like fully initiated now.
Fully initiated, absolutely. Now, can you talk to me what it's like to be a part of a franchise that continues to grow and tell these amazing stories throughout the years?
It's just so much fun. It means so much. And at the end of the day, like, these movies wouldn't keep going if people just didn't support them and the fans didn't support them. And so the fact that we are on, you know, movie 9, and it's my 3rd movie in this series, like, means so much. You know, it's really rare. This is a really rare thing to happen, especially in such a, you know, arbitrary and unpredictable industry. You know, like, trends change, you know, but people have kept with these movies and supported them. And we have nobody but the fans to thank for that. And Absolutely. It just is so heartwarming. So, well, look, yeah, thank you.
In F10, you and I definitely want to see the Ramsey Cypher storyline play out. But do you have an ideal heist for F10 in your head, possibly?
Ooh. A heist for F10. That's a really difficult one. I mean, maybe it could be, I don't know, like taking down the like 1% or something. I don't know.
Nathalie, that story writes itself.
Redistributing wealth. Let's do that. How about that?
I love that idea.
Sorry to make it blue.
Now, another question I have for you is, there's another thing that you're involved with that I'm extremely excited about, and that's the prequel to this Army of the Dead. Can you talk to me a little bit about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say too much because I'm actually not sure what I'm allowed to say about that. But it was a real fun movie that we shot end of last year in Prague, and it was with Matthias Schweighöfer, who plays Dieter, and it's his origin story. And you know, we Army of Thieves kind of gives you an idea of like what we're up to. But I don't want to give too much away, but it was a lot of fun. Matthias is directing as well, and like starring, and is so great, and such a great energy of a person. And we had a lot of fun together. And I've been speaking to him recently, and he's so pleased with the film, and it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Well, I am too. I can't wait. You're amazing. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.